to show you guys the vibe of the room before I destroy it all. This bathroom is really nice. I look absolutely wrecked, so ignore that. I'm so excited to get inside of that. I am disgusting. I don't have a window in my bathroom at home, so this to me is like the lap of luxury. I'm fogged right now, but it was really cute in the daytime. This has a cool heating feature, which is something I haven't seen before. I guess it heats your towels. This is the kitchen. That's what I like about Airbnbs. You get usually a full kitchen. Guys, I'm so tired. I'm fighting for my life out here. Like, I'm trying to go out, but all I want to do is sleep. The jet lag is getting to me, like the 2 days non-stop traveling is getting to me. But I'm gonna make myself go outside and do things. Yeah, and it's really cold in here, so I'm just keeping my blanket on, I think because I showered, so now it's cool. I'm gonna go do my skincare and my makeup. I have to keep myself awake until at least a decent time tonight, otherwise it'll mess up like all the time zone stuff. So I just need to stay awake for a little bit longer. I think I'm gonna grab a matcha on the way to dinner, and I think that'll help. I'm sorry about the fan. I don't know how to turn it off. I'm also really cold. This sweater was like the last thing I wanted to put on because I had it on for like 2 days straight and I was sweating in it. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Took a nap. I took a way longer nap than I expected to. But it's okay. I think my body's been running on fumes for a while. I'm only here for 48 hours. I'm gonna chat with you guys while I finish up my skincare and start doing my makeup. Taking a shower has seriously never felt so good as the one I took this morning, and doing my skincare feels like such a privilege as well. If I haven't watched the other videos, go back and watch them. But to update, I flew from Vancouver. That's my hometown, kind of, technically. And I landed in New York. I was there for 12 hours. And then I flew from New York to here, London. So I was pretty much without like a bed and sleep and a shower and like bathroom facilities for a few straight days. And I did so many things in New York that I was like disgustingly sweaty by the time I got to the airport. New York was so go, go, go that this morning I actually just needed to take a breath. So I just walked to the Airbnb and I was actually able to check in early, which was really lovely, but originally I didn't think I was going to be able to do that. I walked to breakfast first, and then I had my suitcase and everything with me, and I had breakfast at a really nice place. I feel like that's been a big takeaway so far, is everybody's been really, really friendly and lovely, and that it's really, really safe. Like, I kind of feel safer here than in Vancouver. And again, I haven't been out at night yet, so it might differ, but right now I feel fine. Like, I feel totally safe, which is great. So basically, just to wrap it up, you guys would have seen it all anyways, but I didn't do a ton. Like, I could have knocked off way more things, but I found that the London Eye, the Westminster Abbey, all of that stuff was all close to each other, and Big Ben. For some reason, I forgot that Big Ben is like attached to the parliamentary buildings. Like, I thought it was going to be one building. I don't know why I forgot that. So that was nice because that was like a combo of everything, and I felt kind of like satisfied with that. I could go to Buckingham Palace, but I'm not really that interested, so I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm gonna go to Nobu for dinner first because we don't have Nobu in Canada, or they do in Toronto apparently, but not in Vancouver. So I've always wanted to go to a Nobu, but I've never been near one. So I'm going to go to the one that's actually quite close to my place, and I'm gonna pick up matcha on the way. I was picturing it all done up, but I don't know, it looks cute and not done up. I think I'm gonna be a little bit cold. I'm a bit worried about that, but it's okay, I'm Canadian, so I'm convincing myself I'll be fine no matter what.
I feel like home here. I feel at home here. I feel at home.
I've been meaning to update you guys for so long, but the jet lag is still really kicking my ass. I also had quite the little adventure tonight. I had a really nice day. I went to the Cotswolds and I did it through the Get Your Guide. If you haven't heard of the app and you're traveling, definitely download it. It's great. I also really lucked out with the driver because she was like really good at giving examples of the towns that we were driving through and like different experiences and explanations. She was really knowledgeable about all that and really lovely. Shout out to Claire for that. So basically I did this guided, or it wasn't guided, it was like they pick you up from London and you go to this coffee shop to get picked up. It was really easy. I went early and they had a bus that was leaving early and it worked out really nicely because that group was all like early people, so nobody was coming back to the bus late during our excursions. And as we were driving through London, she was kind of explaining the different areas, and I'm staying currently right by the Bethnal Green station, so I think it's like really close to like Shoreditch, and there's a different name for it, but anyways, I'm really close to that whole area. So I've seen kind of like really one side of London, but I haven't seen the other. So this tour where the meetup was more the other side of London, so that was cool to get to see. I think it was like more where the rich people stay. That area was really nice. And then we did a whole drive and we went to 4 different towns. I'm going to link the tour that I did and then it'll say like the itinerary and all the different towns that we went to. It was really good and like each one had kind of a different vibe and kind of gave a good vibe of the Cotswolds in general. It's actually quite big, so there's a lot of different towns, which I didn't realize. I thought it was like one little area. but I would definitely recommend, like, it kind of gives you a taste of the countryside, and I personally really liked it. I think Vancouver is very unmatched with our mountains and nature, but that for me was really up there with some of like the best nature I've seen, and like very, I don't know, to me it's familiar, it looks like home, but it's also different because it's like rolling hills and no mountains is always very strange. Like, if you're somebody who grew up with mountains, you'll know that having no mountains around you feels kind of like a lost limb almost, but I haven't been feeling that here. I just really like the vibe here, and there's so much nature, there's so many trees here, which I really like. I actually wish Vancouver had more of that because like in our cities we don't. But then at night I was going to try to go to the Princess Head, which was like a Ted Lasso, like where they filmed a lot of the bar scenes, and I was really excited to do that because I was close by. But what happened was my maps stopped working, and then I like restarted it, and I didn't realize somehow I restarted it on like the wrong Princess Head. It was like the same name but like way the wrong place, and originally I was on the train to Richmond, which was the right area, and then I doubted myself and I was like, oh okay, well this isn't where the map says to go, so I'm gonna follow the maps. And that was a huge mistake. I ended up like 40 minutes away from where I needed to be, and kind of like, it wasn't a sketchy area, but it was definitely the sketchiest area I've been here. So that was not great. And then my phone was dying, and then it fully died while I was there, but luckily I looked up directions from there back to here, because I was like, as long as I can get myself home, that's all I need to do. Originally I was going to like do a few stops on the way back, but I was like, you know what, like this is a sign, it's just not happening today. I'm just gonna go back, and I'm feeling really tired and I just want to order food and just like call it a day. So I was able to get myself here, and then I was like, okay, thank God. It was kind of a bummer because I feel like that was like one area I did really want to see, like Richmond in general, but it's okay. Tomorrow I have to wake up very early for the Harry Potter tour, and I also have to get all my luggage and my suitcase out, so I'm kind of procrastinating that right now, but I'm gonna do all that, and then I'll be in a new city where I believe I'll be updating you guys, but we'll see. I am now in a new city again, if you can't tell. I just wanted to do a little final recap on London. I personally really liked it. I will definitely be going back again. I felt very safe, which was awesome. I would definitely recommend going to the countryside, to the Cotswolds. I think that was like a real highlight of the trip for me. I went to the Warner Bros. Studio on the last day. I personally really liked it. It's just like a whole Harry Potter experience. It's definitely very nerdy, but I enjoyed it. I think it also gave like quite an ode to the crew of the show and like kind of how they did everything, which I think was really nice, especially coming from a film industry background and I am like on the crew side of it. I think doing something like that for the crew was really lovely, and it kind of just goes to show how much is put into a movie, because I think the general public doesn't really understand or give credit to how many people are involved in the process and like how much the movie takes literally everybody. Like, it's not really just about the actors most of the time. Like, the actors, yes, obviously are a big part of it, but the crew is, if not just a big part of it, it's just all behind the scenes, so they never get the credit or like the stardom of it all. Anyways, that was my little rant because I'm in the film industry, but I really liked it. I think it was really cool, even not having a film industry background. I think if you didn't have a film industry background, you'd find it even cooler, because for me, a lot of it, I was like, yeah, I know how this works. But some of it, I didn't know how it works, so I was really interested in all of that. I did find it insane, like, how real a lot of those sets were. Like, I guess it makes sense. I just kind of assumed a lot of it was all CGI, but a lot of it was CGI, but a lot of the sets were all very real, which is really nice. And it was really cool to be in London and kind of like put like faces, I guess, or like location faces to these big locations that I've heard about my whole life. And I'm noticing that like with New York and with London and like my next city that I'm in, that it's really cool to put like actual images in my head of what these big cities are. I'm not a huge city girl, so I personally really enjoyed the English countryside, and for me that was kind of like a break from the cities, because yeah, I'm just not a huge city girl, so I like them. I just don't think I would want to live in one. If I were to live in one, I think I would live in London. Like, it is very cool. I liked it a lot. The vibe there is like very, I don't know, it's just very cool. There's definitely parts of it that were a little like gritty or a little bit seemingly less safe, but I don't even want to say that because I felt safe there, even in the rougher areas, quote unquote. I am obviously not a local, so maybe there is really rough areas that you should stay away from. I took the Eurostar to my next destination, so I guess it's a little hint, but that was a really pleasant experience and I enjoyed that a lot. I didn't see every big location in London. I saw Big Ben, I saw a lot of like the parliamentary buildings there, and then I also have been watching a show called Industry recently, and they film in one of the Bloomberg buildings there, so I went there, and that was like a lot of fun for me personally, because I could like see through, and like it's all about these like finance people, and like seeing through and watching the finance people work, and it was like late at night. It was like funny to me because it was literally just like, I'm like, oh, it's just like the show, and then these like finance guys walked by and they were talking like the show was, so I thought that was kind of funny. I actually come from a business school background, like very briefly for a year, so it is kind of funny sometimes to like think that that's a direction my life could have gone in. I don't think I would have been well suited for it. Yeah, London was definitely a town that I think I'll miss. Like, I did really like it, and I feel like it was a town that I could actually see a life in, which is not rare when I go traveling, but like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't, especially in a city, like cities for me, I usually don't feel that way. I think the biggest lesson I've been learning on the Euro trip is to pack good shoes. Like, I knew I was being a little ambitious with the shoes that I packed, and honestly I packed a pair of cowboy boots and those haven't been too bad. I just can't wear them every day, obviously, and I knew that, and like don't wear them on days where I'm gonna walk a lot. But the Sambas have not been my friend. Like, I definitely needed a better pair of shoes, so that's just like something to keep in mind. Something a little comfier is a good idea, even if you're sacrificing a little bit in the style, but I'm sure you can find stuff that's a bit of both. I read somewhere that like the food in London wasn't going to be good, which like I have no idea what this person was talking about, because literally everything I tried was good. So I don't know, like, and I was weirded out by that because I was like, what do you mean? Like, I feel like the food in London is going to be so good. So I don't know, maybe that's like something like the locals will be like, no, it's like not good. But I personally found it good. Maybe I got lucky with the places I went to. I'm in a new city now, so keep an eye out for that vlog, and I will see you guys next time.